A young lady army officer who proudly marched on Rajpath on the Republic Day this year has just dropped a bombshell on the army. She and her family have now written a letter to Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar alleging, one, not just sexual harassment by the commanding officer of her unit in Rajasthan, but also inaction by superior officers. The 26-year-old lady officer has alleged sexual harassment by her immediate superior, has shot off an angry letter to Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar accusing senior army officers of protecting the accused officer and rewarding him with a plum posting instead of taking action against him. The army has said that the complaint is under examination and appropriate action will be taken. The young lady officer was handpicked to be a part of the prestigious marching contingent at the Republic Day parade this year, where women power was on display. Her father has also written a letter to the Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar, who'd recently announced historic plans to give women greater opportunities in the armed forces. In an emotionally charged letter, the lady officer's father has pleaded with the Defence Minister to give his daughter justice and how difficult it has been for her and the family. The army inquiry is expected to act on this complaint within a month. The lady officer's anger has been focused on delay in addressing her complaint and perceived protection to the accused commanding officer. Editor Shiv Arur now joins me with more on this. Shiv, the contents of this letter are shocking, especially this allegation of inaction by the army.
Absolutely, Gaurav. Remember that a sexual harassment committee has been set up. It was in fact set up over a month after the complaint was filed by this young lady officer who's a signal corps officer posted in Alwar in Rajasthan against her immediate superior, her commanding officer of her signals unit. The precise grievance is not about the committee being set up late, but actually a much more serious allegation that's being made both by the officer and her father, which is to say that brigadiers and other senior officers have been personally getting involved in this case and trying to protect the accused commanding officer, who apparently wields a lot of influence. That's what the accusation and the allegation being made right now is. And it's serious enough that both the lady officer and her father have actually shot off letters to Defence Minister Parrikar saying that is this what women power in the military is all about. Remember, it comes just a few days after, in the interview that you did, Gaurav, with the minister, the Manohar Parrikar had talked about the plans that the military and the defence ministry have as far as women in the armed forces is concerned. Now, taking up on that particular promise and that pledge that's been made, you've got this emotionally charged letter that's been written by the father of the 26-year-old lady army officer,
yes,
pleading with the government, to provide an explanation as to why more alacrity is not being shown in such a serious allegation case.
And why, if this is true, why is this happening, Shiv? Because usually these complaints are taken with utmost seriousness, and the allegation that the officer has been rewarded with a plum posting, that is adding insult to injury.
Absolutely. That is precisely what the allegation is. The facts on the ground are going to be examined by the army. In fact, our sources are telling us that the inquiry has been speeded up and a result will soon be known. But be that as it may, the allegations that are being made by this lady officer and her father are obviously too serious to ignore. And I imagine that given that, the defence minister is also now involved as a recipient of a letter of complaint regarding what's going on, the rewarding of that officer, the possibility of, systemic protection to him or favoritism of any kind that is being alleged, will have to be inquired into as well. So this is going to come as an embarrassment to the army in that sense as well, not just as an allegation of sexual harassment against, a male officer,
yes,
but also of favoritism being showered down upon him allegedly by more senior officers, which would be an even more serious allegation.
Yes.